Well. What an absolutely fantastic day it has been in the land of Celtic. It has been absolutely unbelievable. What an absolutely fantastic day.
Yeah, what an absolutely fantastic day it has been for Celtic fans all around the world. And it's time to focus. This week, Celtic play the most important game that Celtic have played.
What an absolutely fantastic day
in a very long
it
time.
has been
At a very long
Celtic
time.
fans
Not since 2012,
It's
2013
time
season.
to focus.
Have
This week,
Celtic
Celtic
the
play
knockout
the
phase
most
of
important
the Champions
game
League.
that Celtic have
What an
played
absolutely fantastic
this season.
day
Very
it
long
has
time.
been the
At a
players
very long
the
time.
chance
And
to do something.
not since
2012,
that
not many Celtic players
have
have
this
Celtic.
Even
Brendan Rodgers himself
at
alluded to him his first time round at Celtic.
This season,
The game itself will take care of itself. Not since 2012, not many Celtic players have opportunity to go to
Rodgers
the
himself
knockout
alluded
phase.
to
We are in
him
the
his
knockout phase. We've got a chance to get to the last six. The game itself will take care of itself. Not since 2012 is why Jota came back. Let's face it, Jota and Celtic were made for the knockout phase. Tonight, Jota took a chance to get to the last six. The game itself will take care of itself. I am fucking why Jota came back. Let's face it, Jota and Celtic were made for the Jota doesn't do a lot of social media. Decided it was time to come back to social media. I am fucking why Jota came brilliant. There's now thousands of Celtic fans right here when I decided to on social media. The interesting part was most of the interviews I had in the media. There's now thousands of Celtic fans right here for it was when I decided player on social media. But the interesting, there was another bit of breaking news. It doesn't regard Celtic. No, it does because Celtic fans right here for it was when I decided player on social media. But the interesting, there was another bit of breaking news. Going back for that. Try it now. That should be it now. Why is there feedback coming through on it? That's cool. I know what it is. That's cool. I know what it is. I've done it. It's cool. Acid trip. Yeah, everyone is coming in. That's better. You've been hurt by bad audio. That's it. The audio's back now. Sorted. Get it. The excitement. The excitement of Jota does it to everyone. The excitement of Jota does it to absolutely everyone. You've all got to go weak at the knees somehow, and it's been one of those days. It has been one of those days. Welcome home, Jota. DJ Siggy says, "Welcome home, Jota." Do you know what? It's been some day, but that took the biscuit. It did that. Thought I was on ketamine there. That's all right. It's fine. Jesus. I got thrown today. We'll talk about today, because today when I started the video, this afternoon when we started the live, I had no idea that Jota was going to get announced at the exact same time. I had planned the live after I saw some information coming out of Celtic, and I thought, there's maybe something happening today. So I planned the live to go ahead, completely not knowing, not getting a heads up from anyone at Celtic or nothing. And Celtic put out that information that he had signed. But today is as fantastic as it is. It's one of those days that we need to get over, because there's a lot of hard work to be done this week. And when you look at it, we have a chance. This is the map of how we get to the final. Yes, do we dare to dream? We're currently at the knockout phase of playoffs. Yes, we're at the knockout phase, and then we can go to the round of last 16. Last 16, you then go to the quarterfinals, then semi-finals and finals. Can we dare to dream or are we need to just calm the fuck down a bit? Do we need to calm the F down a bit? Because it's only one player that's come in. That man. That's not just one player, is it? It's Jota. And when you put something like that on your Instagram, I'm fucking home, baby. It's but let's focus on Aston Villa, because this is the prize. This is the prize, and the Champions League is all that really matters. We've forgotten about Kyogo Furiashi. He is a previous player. It doesn't matter about him anymore. It's all about what Brendan Rodgers and the players does this week. And the bit of breaking news that was interesting, that was Celtic kind of related, because it's against it's against Motherwell. We play Motherwell this weekend, but today Motherwell parted way with their manager, which is one of the most bizarre things ever. Motherwell, who are sitting 5th in the league, who I think of okay, they've not won as many of their home games as they maybe thought, but today Motherwell decided to part ways with their manager. I've no idea what's been going on at Motherwell. Some people are saying that there's a lot of abuse being directed to his family on social media, but it is one of the strangest decisions ever, especially when he's still in the mix for a top 6. I mean, he could still overtake Aberdeen. And he still had that potential in Motherwell, the time he gets some players back, to even get up there and overtake Dundee United. But getting rid of your manager at this stage of the season, it could be the fact that they're about to go into free fall. Now, I don't know what it's all about, but it is a bit of Celtic news that Celtic will face a Motherwell team that is managerless. And as we know in football, a team that just gets rid of a manager can sometimes get a little bit of a kickback, but I don't think anything to worry about. But anyway, that is a bit of breaking news that came in tonight. I walked out because of family safety. Yeah, I was hearing that, James, but I don't know. I mean, is the Motherwell fans turned on him that much? Has he got a number 7 on that Instagram profile net? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Not yet. We're waiting. He will hopefully wait on. Your feed is echoing. You need to catch up, Sars, with split P. It can't still be echoing. Anyway, he was getting abused beyond any banter. That's a shame, because you never want to see somebody just walk out a job. But anyway, it is all about Celtic. Kettle left because of abuse. That's sad. That is sad. That Baz, can Jota and Palma put a mask on and play on Wednesday? I would like to think that. Lawwell drops £5 and a £20 note hit him on the back of the head. Did that. Resigned, not sacked. Yeah, well, I said parted company. I didn't say he was sacked. I said he parted company. Resigned. You know what I mean? They agreed. The statement from Motherwell says, we can confirm that the board of directors have very reluctantly accepted the resignation of Stuart Kettlewell, which is absolutely bonkers. Absolute bonkers. But anyway, it doesn't really matter about them, because that's the game after the next important game. The most important game that Celtic will play for many, many years to come. And hopefully it's one of these games that we get used to playing. It's a game that we hopefully get used to being at this level. Celtic had an absolutely fantastic opportunity. Celtic did have an absolutely fantastic opportunity. It's not that one. It is. There we go. Let me just make sure I am on the league table. So as it stands, Celtic are here, and we have the chance. We are sitting in 18th position in the Champions League. Yes, we are sitting 18th position. But when you look at what's happened over the Champions League and the fact that Celtic could have been a lot further up this table, when you look at Celtic have dropped, I would say there was 2 points that would definitely drop. So we could have been sitting on around about 14 points, which would put us up right in, yes, in the knockout phase. Yep, it would have put us right up there. And it's a position that Celtic would have deservedly been in if we had won all our games. Would have deservedly been in. But Tonight, Aston Villa find themselves in 9th position in the playoff places, not automatically qualified for the Champions League. There are only 2 teams that have automatically qualified for the last 16. That is Liverpool and Barcelona. They're the only 2 teams that have qualified already. The rest of them, it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Some people say that Arsenal have pretty much qualified, but the only teams that are guaranteed to have qualified to go directly into, they're saying, the way that is Barcelona and Liverpool. But Celtic could still sneak in. But when you look at the amount of teams, and this is where goal difference was always going to come into it, and I think this is one of the things that Brendan Rodgers spoke about, was goal difference at the beginning of the campaign. Celtic is sitting on +1 goal, and when you look at it, 12 points isn't too bad. It's an amount that I thought we would finish on, but as we were going through the phases, I thought, you know what, 15 could have been right within our grasp. 14 easily, but it's not to be. Celtic still have the possibility, the slim possibility, that if results go our way and we get the right amount of goals, I'm going to say, we could still possibly finish in that top 8. It's very, very unlikely. Let's just say that. It is very unlikely, but what it does mean is we go into the knockout phase, which is absolutely fantastic, because this is the route to the knockout phase of the Champions League. It's the route to the final. It's can we dare to dream? Being outside the seeded teams will probably be the best, looking at the teams that we could get. When we look at the teams, the Champions League format, the brand new format, how it works is like this. The draw will be made that will include the teams that finish from 9th down to 24th in the league. Those 16 teams are going to be separated into 2 groups of 8, with the teams ranked 9th to 16th being seeded, and the teams 17th to 24th unseeded. The seeded sides will be paired up with another seeded side, and at the same time as the unseeded group of teams. So 23rd, 24th and 23rd will go on to form a pair. They'll go on a pair as well as 22nd and so on and so on. The pairs will be placed in a total of 8 bowls, the correspondent with their league phase rankings. And so the 8th bowl will be teams 23, 24, you would think. But anyway, it is what it is. The draw will begin with unseeded teams with the ball taken from the corresponding bowl, at that time being placed on the other side. Now, what then happens then, you might ask? Well, after that, the first teams drawn from the unseeded bowl on the silver side, which is, the graphics aren't that good on the Champions League website. But anyway, the same fashion, the seeded teams, it goes on. It's just like a normal draw, basically. The draw will finish with the seeded teams who finished 9th place, 10th place being drawing and slotted to face teams 23rd and 24th place. So, if we finish 24th, we'll play either the team that finishes 9th and 10th. That's it's weird. And it'll be interesting to see it. We sat and watched the Champions League draw for the league phase, and it's come out okay. But anyway, confirmed for the last round of 16 is obviously Liverpool and Barcelona. They're confirmed. Confirmed for the knockout phase of that is Arsenal, Aston Villa, Atalanta, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Brest, Celtic, Dortmund, Feyenoord, Inter Milan, Juventus, Leverkusen, Lille, AC Milan, Monaco, and Real Madrid. The team that everybody hates in España. Anyway, competing for a knockout phase playoffs place is the likes, and this is why it's important that Celtic finished where they did, because Manchester United, Manchester City, PSG, Club Brugge, Benfica, PSV, Sporting Lisbon, Stuttgart, Dynamo Zagreb, and Shakhtar Donetsk, as it stands, are all eliminated. Yes, they are going home. They are eliminated as it stands, and it all depends on what the league positions change to on the night. And I tell you one thing, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic night of football. If you're not going to the game and you're watching it on telly, you'll have the Celtic game on one hand and the Celtic game on one hand and the Champions League table on the other hand to see exactly, because it all depends on where Celtic finish in the league. Ultimately, what team that we're going to play. Anyway, let's jump. According to Sky Sports, Kyogo was told to leave the club to play in top 5, so he would get into the Japanese team. Stephen Johnson, yes, we've been told that for the last couple of days from Lorna, from Kaiser. Sorry, I'm reading Lorna's name. And a big shout out to Celts Paradise. Who became a member of the community tonight. Hard one to understand, to be honest. Once it all starts on Friday, it does. The draw does happen on Friday. The first legs are on the Tuesday, the 11th of February, and you're kidding on. And Wednesday, the 12th of February, and then Tuesday, the 18th. I'm trying to book a couple of nights away. I'm going to have to watch this. Passport's at the ready. Passport is at the ready. But anyway, when is the actual draw? The time of the draw. Things are expected to get started at 11 o'clock Celtic Park time. So we will go live on the day. We will go live on the day at 11 o'clock. There'll be an extra live that day where we will tune in and go live. The draw is likely to be shown on UEFA's YouTube channel as well as on TNT Sports. The draw will take place Friday the 31st. This Friday the 31st. And then that allows teams 2 days basically, because the window slams shut on Monday the 3rd. So Celtic have still got some time to get another player in. Right now, Chill Bill says, right now we are looking at Kuhn, Ida and Yang up front. Depressing. Yeah. Any bit of news about Big Dom? Not the news that came out today is the only update that we've had, that Celtic are trying to get Kieran Tierney on loan. They're looking at trying to get him on loan from till the end of the season, which I think is absolutely bonkers. So let's get back to the transfer talk. The fact that it came out that Kyogo was told to leave Celtic, and Kaiser has suggested that the other 2 Japanese players have also told to leave Celtic if they want international football. Now, that's a worry when it comes to Dyson Maeda. Or is it? Does Brendan Rodgers know that Dyson Maeda will be away in the summer? Rio Hitati will be away in the summer, and I don't want to Baz, get the One Celtic Fans View banner and I'll get it into games. Big Des, deal, but I need to get a fire certificate and everything, don't I? Let me work on that, Big Des, and we'll get that. We'll get the pictures. Pay $3 million and get KT in for the next round. I think they want more than KT. Win, lose or draw, it's going to be some night, and it is Wednesday night. Is going to be one of the best nights, and I'm looking forward to the lives. I probably will jump onto Kaiser's at half time, or I might even go live myself at half time for 50 minutes. Who plays left wing on Wednesday? I don't know. Celtic mad. It's Estepona boys in the house. KT won't be coming in until the summer. Arsenal struggling in the left back position. Estepona boy, they've asked the question, and they've got a young guy coming through the system that they want to use as well. So it's all up in the air. It's going to be an interesting into the window. But anyway, who plays left wing? Dyson Maeda is out. Will Celtic chance it and put Lewis Palmer on the wing? What's your score prediction for Wednesday? I've not even. Do you know what with the excitement of today? I've not even done. Usually tonight would be the night that we would have done all my preparation for the game on Wednesday, but we've done absolutely nothing. But as I have told Yang and Palmer to leave Celtic if they want World Cup football, hope they listen, says Stephen. Let's hope that they do also. Up the Celtic, love beating English teams. Celtic do Celtic must get a striker as soon as possible. Celtic will get a striker. When you think about it, Brendan Rodgers has went into this game with one hand tied behind his back. KT has 3 left backs in front of him. Arteta's the problem. Yeah, it is Arteta's the problem. Alex Bailly on the wing, maybe? Nah, I don't think so. I'll take a draw. I said I need to stick to my initial thoughts before Dyson Maeda got sent off. Johnny Kenny will make the team, never mind the bench. I'm not even going to try and predict the team, because I think if we try and predict the team, Brendan Rodgers could have a trick up his sleeve. He might bring in one of the young guys from the B team. You never know. Kenny isn't registered. Paul Bears went up first Wednesday. Villa 1, Celtic 2. That's the kind of scoreline I'm going to go for. Yeah. But Villa haven't been scoring that many goals. They've been struggling just now. They have been struggling just now. I'm going to go for no. I think Celtic are going to do a masterclass. And I think I'm going to go 2-0 Celtic. That's my prediction. 2-0 Celtic. Scales up front on Wednesday, Baz. Scales would be perfect up front, wouldn't it? 1-1 said Angling Ayrshire. Terry says 2-0. Get your prediction score. I think it's hard to have any kind of prediction. I'd rather see Alex Bailly on the wing than Palma. Please don't play Palma. He's rotten. Hope he'll play Yang. I think he'll play Yang before. Dave Morton's going for 3-1 Celtic. Lorna Gallagher's going for 2-0. Joseph Davidson's going for 2-1 Celtic. Wilson QW is going for 2-2 Celtic. Chilpel saying we'll go to a 4-2-2 formation. 4-4-2 formation. You could go to a 4-4-2 formation, and can we play Daniel Cummins up front? Can we play Daniel Cummins up front? Let me just get the Champions League squads. Because it has everyone in the squad. Let me just do this. Right, Celtic's chat. Oh, no, that's player. Jota is now officially a Celtic player on Google. There you go. That was quick Google, wasn't it? Let me just see. Adam Montgomery, Daniel Cummins is in the squad. Dyson Maeda, he's got a big suspended next to him. But Daniel Cummins, now what if he was to put Adam Ida on the wing and play Daniel Cummins through the middle? I think there's a massive, massive chance for one of the young guys to come in. I think that Brendan Rodgers will be looking at the team, and you never know. Is James Forrest fit? No, he's not, is he? Because it's only the end of it's only the end of January. He wasn't going to be fit until the beginning of February. I think that Brendan Rodgers will bring in one of the younger guys, maybe even two of the younger guys. You don't know. Kyogo Furiashi is at Celtic no more. You need to change that, and we need to get that number 7. We need to get number 7 off of Lewis Palma. Celtic need to score. They need to get rid of Lewis Palma today. Play McCowan up front. You could play McCowan up front. Cummins and Alex Bailly for me. Don't want Yang and Palma, if I'm honest. Says Angling Ayrshire. Ida and Kuhn up front. And I would rather go with Daniel Cummins and have Kuhn at the side. Beat me to it, as they said 2-0. Yeah, I think it could be I think Celtic, if we play the way that we did in Italy, Chilpel's not predicting the score. If we play the way that we played in Italy, defensive-wise, Villa have a shortage of centre-backs. I think we need to go for the pace, and I think this is where Daniel Cummins comes into his own. Daniel Cummins could come in and score for Celtic in the Champions League in his very first game, and then he could still end up being sold in this window or go for free at the end of the summer, which would be a travesty as far as the player's concerned. But Play Luke on the wing. I'd be happy with the draw. Paul's going for 2-0 Celtic. Gemma's going for 2-1 Celtic. Actually, it doesn't matter if he was here because it was club at 18. I'd say 1-0, but I do hope we'll score more than them. Celtic 2. Kieran Douglas is going for 5-0 Celtic. Big Des is going for 2-1 Celtic. I feel 1-0 would do. 1-0 would do. Cheers, Steve McDonald. Just going out. Cummins is not in it, Baz. According to I'm on the Champions League website. And he's on it on the Champions League website on the squad. Or maybe that's just the squad for the Leaf. It's maybe just the entire squad, isn't it? And then they've got to register B listed. The squad list consists players involved in the group stage or final only. No, there is. He is, isn't it? When you click onto UEFA and it says the Celtic squad. They've got stars next to them. You might be right. Yeah, so the ones with the stars are the ones that are not included. Oh, well, we're up shit creek, aren't we? Adam Montgomery's there. Oh, yeah. No, Daniel Cummins isn't. Shit. Adam Montgomery's in the squad, but he's no... That's not very good, is it? Yeah, the ones with stars next to them, it's just giving you the full squad. The ones with the stars next to them are not included in the squad. Ooh. We're in trouble. Palmer, Yang. Jesus. Oh. How to depress us after having that fantastic news. Anyway, turn up boys for Benny Alpha's going 2-0. Is he registered? Jota loves us. That's the man is class. I need to switch that here off. It's fucking roasting in here now. 5-3-2, no wingers. Well, we could do that. Really interesting. To be honest, I just want to beat English teams by any means. Yes, Paul Beard. I think we're all in Celtic. I've got a good habit of doing that. Scales up front. These are all mental. Not sure what will be better than the draw or playing upstairs for a win. Praying to the man upstairs for a win. I think we're all praying to the man upstairs for a win. Kenny is in the squad. Johnny Kenny's in the squad. Whoever makes the squad, Brendan Rodgers ultimately has a massive decision to make. And there's no more important game than this, because this determines where we finish up the league. Now, as it stands, Celtic will be, so if that's 24, 21, we will be paired with Juventus if things were to stay the same. This is just taking it as it is. So we would be paired with Juventus, and then we're likely to go into the pot against either Aston Villa or Monaco, if I'm reading it right, the way that the Champions League is going to do it. So we would go into a pot. Celtic and Juventus would go into one pot, and Aston Villa and Monaco would go into the other pot. So it narrows it down to basically the two teams that we can play. But it all changes. It doesn't matter, because the amount of teams that are on 13 points, you can go all the way down to Brest, who are on 13th position. They're on 13 points. Right up to Leverkusen, who are on 8th position, who are in they're in the final 8 as it stands, but they're still only on they're there on goal difference. They're there by 1 goal. The games on Wednesday evening is going to be fantastic, because every single team in the top 24 will know, especially, well, I would say the top 16. The top 18, say, because Celtic are on 12 points. So say the top 18. The top 18 teams will know that whoever they're playing, they have to win by as big a margin as ever. It could be the biggest goal fest in the Champions League when it comes to games. It could be the biggest goal fest in the Champions League. In total, on the night, I mean. But anyway, it is all about Jota tonight, and Jota has signed, and that was his Instagram. The route to the Champions League. We've done that one, and we'll do the Champions League. Oh, it's shown me that. I want to go to the table. Now let's go on to the simulator of results. Just do this. Let's do the simulated results to see where Celtic could potentially finish the evening on. The number of points and the number of goals, but we'll have to look at the other teams that are in the Champions League. And first up on the match day, Bologna. We'll say that will Sporting beat Bologna? Where's Bologna? Where's Sporting and Bologna? Sporting. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to say that Sporting will win 3-1 that game. So what does that do to Celtic? It pushes Sporting up into 8th position, and it pushes Celtic down to 19th if that result goes that way. And next up is PSV Liverpool. You're taking, that's a hard one, isn't it? But you're going to take Liverpool. I'm going to take Liverpool to win that 2-0. I think it'll be a 2-0 victory with that one. You've got to say PSV. That's PSV's results. Behind Celtic, yeah, I'm going to take that's a Liverpool win all day long. We'll give them 1, but I'll give them the 3. So that puts Liverpool up on to 24 points above Barcelona. And then you've got Young Boys. I'm going to make that. I'm going to make that a 1-1 draw. And that will do nothing to the league table. Stuttgart versus Paris. Now Stuttgart versus Paris. You're going to take Stuttgart for that? It doesn't really matter because the two of them are fighting to get that. They're just in and around the top 24, aren't they? So we'll take that one. And the Stuttgart. Who do you fancy winning for that one? I fancy Paris. They're bound to get a good result. That if they were to win 3-1, even 2-1, if they were to win 2-1, that changes their position. Leipzig, Stuttgart, we'll say that's going to be Leipzig are way down, aren't they? Yeah, that's a win for Leipzig on that one. We'll give them the 2. Man City, Club Brugge. Oh, the hard one. Man City, Club Brugge. Who will win out of Man City and Club Brugge? As it stands, Man City are out. Can Man City win? Can Man City win at home? I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to give them, I think they'll go on a bit of a goal fest to make sure that they get into the Champions League, and that would put them up to 21st in the league. That would put them up to 21st. Bayern Munich, you're going to take 2-0 for that one. Inter versus Monaco. Now, that would be Inter. I would say Inter for that one. Yeah, I would say Inter. I would say Monaco, who did beat Rennes at the weekend and they scored a good couple of goals. So I'm going to give Monaco 1, but I'm going to give Inter 2. That would put Monaco up to 14th, and that would leave Celtic in 20th position. But so we haven't got that. Borussia Dortmund, Shakhtar. You're going to take Dortmund to score a few on that one. Barcelona versus Atalanta. Now, this is the game. Now, remember the last game with Barcelona, that ended up in a goal fest. That ended up in a complete goal fest. So I'm going to take Barcelona at home to score 4. I'm going to say 4 goals. Atalanta, I'm going to say it could end up 4-2. But that will keep Barcelona at their position in 21st. Next up will be Leverkusen Sparta. What do you think the score will be with that? It's Leverkusen all day long, isn't it? So we'll give Leverkusen a 2-0 win on that one. Juventus versus Benfica. Now at this point, before if Celtic were still sitting 0-0, we'd be stuck down in 20th position. Juventus versus Benfica. I think that can only really go one way. Benfica are in there too. I'm actually going to say that might be a bit of a draw. Might be a bit of a stalemate. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw on that one. Milan to win that easily, 3-0. Atletico versus Salzburg. Oh, that's going to be a 3-0 that one. And Feyenoord versus Lille. This is where it gets interesting. I'm going to go for Lille. A 2-1 win on that one. Aston Villa. My prediction is 2-0 Celtic. So if that was to happen, Celtic would be in 11th position. 11th position with the potential changes. That would put Celtic on to 15 points, and it would get us into 11th position in the league. And then you've got Arsenal versus Girona. I'm going to take Arsenal to win that. And then Brest versus Madrid. I think that Madrid will score that one. So at the end of the night, predicting the scorelines as I have, Celtic could finish 15th in 12, with 15 points in the Champions League. 12 with 15 points in the Champions League. I think that is a potential. Barca won 7-1 yesterday, yep. But when it comes to the Champions League, there's not really any. There's not any that's is an easy game, is it? We can't say 3-0 the Germans, Benfica 3-1, Leverkusen 2-0, 2 England, Ayrshire, Barca to win 4-3. I mean, goals make all the difference. Goals do make all the difference, and whatever happens on the night of the Champions League, that is the kind of predictions that I think that may or may not happen. But time will tell. Time will tell. It's all fine us putting in our predictions like you do as if you're sitting at the bookies, but it would be fantastic if Celtic did finish away up there on the league. I mean, if Celtic were to finish like that predictor says, if Celtic, if the simulated results, if Celtic finish on 15, could you just imagine how close we came? How close we came. I mean, ultimately, Aston Villa would finish down in 17th position, which would make them unseeded. Now, if the scores go that way, I mean, Aston Villa will go from being right up there, the full Champions League, to being down in 17th. And then there's the chance that Celtic may face Aston Villa or Monaco. Fuck off, you're having a laugh. Oh my goodness. So either way, even with those scorelines and those predictions, it could still end up that Celtic could play potentially Aston Villa, Monaco, Feyenoord, Brest, Man City, Benfica, PSG and Club Brugge. Now, out of all those teams, it's going to be hard. It is going to be hard. Whatever we do, it's going to be into that knockout phase. It's 1 foot in the playoffs, and it's just going to be whatever happens at Celtic Park. It is going to be what happens at Celtic Park, and a fantastic thing's happened tonight. We're on 20,888 subscribers, if you see up there. 20,888. Can we get to 21,000 before Celtic sign a striker? There we go. Can we get to 21,000 before Friday? I think we'll hit it on Friday, actually, when we do. No, it's not Friday during the live for the Champions League draw. It will definitely be on the Monday evening. That Monday evening with the slamming shut of the transfer window. Slamming shut of the transfer window. Let's hope that Celtic will have all their business done. Get all their business done, and we'll take it from there. Anyway, that's been done and dusted for the night. There's been over 2,200 people on the live. There's currently 503 on the live. Thank you to everyone who has. We're not going to beat Villa. They're midden. I hope I'm wrong. I hate them, says Sean. Who really cares says, as long as we get a good draw, we'll be happy over the 2 legs. Big teams will probably beat us. There's teams in there. That Celtic can beat. You know, I can see Celtic drawing Aston Villa drawing. Stephen Johnson, if that was to happen, if it was to be a draw, say it was a 2-2 draw, what then that does is it puts Celtic down to 19th position, and not where you want to be. Puts Celtic down into 19th position, and it does Aston Villa then in 13th position. So either way, I mean, we'd then likely be in a pot with Juventus. It's all going to. It doesn't matter. We can try and predict all we want. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, does it? And then on that note, have an absolutely fantastic night. Jota will be an improved Big Adam. And yes, Adam Ida will start scoring a bucket load of goals with the fact that Jota, and we'll talk about that more tomorrow morning. I will be live at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning as normal, live at 9 o'clock. If you're working, just get the phone on and make sure the boss isn't watching Celtic to talk about. Hopefully there'll be some more update on the transfers. It's all going a little bit quiet, isn't it? We've just signed Jota. On that note, have an absolutely fantastic evening, Celtic fans, all over the world, because we're rocking all over.
Lit. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the party. Roll up to the lit. Roll up to the party.